guys, what's up? Today we're going to be checking out some finds. That's right, my old Toy Biz X-Men figures. In this edition, we're going to be checking out all the good guys of the X-Men. Alright guys, so let's start this video off with the man himself, the leader of the X-Men, Big Daddy, Professor X. I'm loving this hover chair. This futuristic wheelchair, or whatever you want to call it. What is cool about this figure is the side compartments on the arms of the chair. They open it up to reveal these little doodads. Each side has a compartment and guns inside that you can remove and put in his hands. This figure was dope. So I'm not sure if you guys can see the head sculpt. I think my light might be a little bright. But this is the Toy Biz Professor X. Next up, we got Cyclops. Personally, I think this figure was way ahead of its time. I love the sculpt. I think it's 7 points of articulation at the elbows, the shoulder, the knees, the head. Oh god, these things are so old, it's so hard to... I'm scared to turn any of the joints because I don't want it to break. Now he had this backpack with these little devices, I guess, to scope things out, maybe shoot lasers, I'm not sure. I know also there was a little gimmick in the back that you can press and his eyes light up. But that's obviously not working 20 years later. But yeah guys, this is Cyclops. Next, we go to the man himself, Wolverine. So this is actually, I think, the second Wolverine, because the first one was the brown and tan or yellow Wolverine, which I have somewhere around here. Might put in my review in another video. But this is the tiger stripe Wolverine. And if I'm correct, you push these in and they go out. I think that's it, but they don't stay in because, you know, it's a really old figure. Gotta wipe these guys down, they're a little sticky. But this is the Toy Biz Wolverine. So, quick story. I was digging through my closet and I found an old tote bag filled with old Toy Biz figures, Marvel. Like Spider-Man and X-Men, Avengers and everything. And I was happy to find these guys. Well guys, here's Storm, and this is the very first Storm. Now her chest used to light up with this little gimmick in the back. But once again, old figure. This was the first Storm, and I thought this was like the hottest thing I've ever had in my life. That I've ever bought in my life, because I've never in my entire life had a Storm figure. And now I do. Also 5 points of articulation, no, 7 points of articulation. Cool figure, face sculpt. And that was my first Storm figure. I was so excited to get her back in the day. Next, we got the Southern Gal. We've got Rogue. This figure was like the figure, the most sought after figure between me and all my friends in the neighborhood. Everybody wanted Rogue when she came out. Awesome. They all had this gimmicky thing. I think hers was to like punch. But as you can see, everything is so old, I'm afraid to break them. But yeah, I think she did like this punch when you press the button. Articulation. God, these guys are sticky. I need to wipe them down. But I want to display these guys. I'm going to try to find some shelf space and put these out there because they're awesome. Her face sculpt. Hopefully you guys can see. Light's so bright in here. Awesomeness. Now we can't have Rogue without her right hand man. Unfortunately, I think I lost his trench coat, his long trench. But it's okay. He also had a staff, if I'm correct, like some type of bow staff. And also, just like everybody else, he had a gimmick where he pressed the button. That doesn't work. And then, he kicks. Watch this. What the hell? I'm sorry I'm laughing, guys. It's just funny because these guys are so stiff. You don't understand. But yeah, that's Gambit. Wish I had the trench. Maybe I got it somewhere in a weapons case or something because I have boxes full of weapons. I like the vibrant colors. Alright. Next. She's actually from the Age of Apocalypse wave. I guess I didn't have the original Jean Grey. But I have this one. I used to hate when these come in a certain pose because that's basically how you have to display them or play with them in that same pose. But all in all, she's not a bad figure. She's a cool looking figure. The head sculpt, the hair sculpt is cool. Very sexy before, for that time, that era for action figures. But that's the Age of Apocalypse Jean Grey. Next, we have Colossus. And Colossus, sorry, the light went out. Colossus he came with these like a giant dumbbell, I guess you would say. Like a really huge dumbbell. And I don't know if I still have it. I would have to look, like I said, through the weapons cases. But this was the first Colossus. Oh, his gimmick still works. Cool. He's not like the others though. He only has 5 points of articulation. I guess because of his gimmick of lifting things up. But still a cool figure. It was the first Colossus, so can't be too mad at them. The 80s and 90s were a different era. And we definitely played the hell out of these figures. I mean, we played with toys back then. Awesome, right? Next, I gotta be careful with this guy because his wings are pretty sensitive. But we have Archangel. Now his gimmick is you press the thing in the back and his wings flap, but they're so loose. I'm afraid they're gonna fall apart because this already happened earlier. But the color scheme on this guy is pretty awesome. This is the back, the little gimmicky thing. I think he had missiles or something that you put here somewhere. But the color scheme is nice. The face scheme and scope is pretty cool. Try to focus. Yes, I need to focus more on the face scopes. Let me see. Can you see? They see if they focus. Focus. Let me see. Focus. Oh, I try. Well, next, this is one of the weirdest figures, and she was absolutely dirty, and I had to make her a little presentable and try to wipe her down the best I could. But I think this is also from Age of Apocalypse, but she's so different, her whole scope from everybody else, and that's Julie. I'm loving the color scheme, very bright, colorful, vibrant. But her pose though, what's up with that? Oh, apparently she has a gimmick here. But I don't see anything to press to make the gimmick do anything. 5 points of articulation. Once again, a pose you can't do nothing about, so she just stays like that. But that's Jubilee, guys. And for someone who's supposed to be petite and small, she's a little taller in size compared to the other figures. But that's Jubilee. Next we got the Man, one of my favorite figures, nice and bulky. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of articulation. And that's my man, Beast. I like this figure. Way ahead of his time. Nice and bulky. I think what he did was, you put this down and he did a flip. Like, you would crouch him down on his knees and he would flip over. Obviously, that's not going to work anymore. But he's in superb condition. I can't wait to display this guy. I'm loving it. So that's Beast, guys. You know what? I'm just like blocking his whole chest and everything. Look at this guy. Head sculpt, everything. Beautiful. Detail, beautiful. Alright. Next, we've got Bishop. I like this figure. It's not the long hair Bishop, it's a short hair Bishop. But, you know, Toy Biz did their thing back in the days. Hey, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s. This was a big deal to us. But he was one of the first to have, like, articulation at the waist. So this probably came, like, later on 90s. But this is awesome. Bishop. Great figure. Bulky, too. The back. I love the boots. His boots are sickening. I love it. Then we got, I'm assuming is his sister. Don't know much about this character, but her name is Char. I know that much. So this is Bishop's sister. She has actual hair. I put it in a knot, I guess, to try not to mess up the ponytail, but I did it anyways. But that's Char. You guys want to leave a comment and tell me more about this character, please do, because I'm lost in the sauce. But it's a great sculpt, but another one of those figures that come in a certain pose and they kind of have to stay like that. But she has articulation at the wrist, which is different. That's surprising for that time. But yeah, that's Shard. And last but not least, we've got Cannonball. Now, Cannonball, I'm loving his color scheme, purple, totally different from all the other guys. And articulation, pretty minimal. Kind of reminds me of the superpowers. But he does bend at the knees, though. Hey, at least compared to the 2020 Cannonball, at least this one's got legs. No shade. But it's an awesome figure. Great sculpt. What do you guys think? So, most of my figures don't have weapons. I mean, they do. I just gotta look for them. But, you know, tell me what you guys think. Leave a comment. Until the next time, subscribe, show some love, hit the like button, and leave a comment. And stick around for the next video. Will be the Toy Biz Marvel villains from the X-Men wave. Till the next time, peace, love, and hair grease for the butt cheeks. Later.